Hey guys, it's Tom here from The Wealthy Walker, and in today's episode we are going to be doing a deep dive into the Gaia Everworld. Will I be investing in Gaia? And if so, how will I be investing in Gaia? Stick around to the end to find out.
Oh my god, I'm getting absolutely battered with hailstone.
Unfortunately, we are not outside on a walk today. It is a bit wet and windy, but I really wanted to get this content out there, and there's quite a lot to get through. So let's sit down, have a brew, and talk all things Gaia. I believe that play to earn is going to take over the online space as we know it. GameFi on Web 3.0, the internet of blockchains, is ultimately going to expose millions of people to crypto digital assets. Already, we've seen lots of crypto gaming companies soar in terms of price appreciation. Lots of investors are starting to realise just how profitable this space could be. For example, you just need to look at the first movers such as Axie Infinity, the way this is blown up worldwide. You've got hundreds of thousands of users all playing Axie Infinity, playing to earn. And with lots of games not even launched yet, there's just so much potential with this space. Of course, one of the problems associated with investing in a project really early is you've just no idea of knowing if it's going to succeed. I actually first discovered the Gaia Everworld through OpenSea. I was just doing a search on their explore page looking for new NFTs, and that's when I stumbled across one of their Gaia characters. Initially, it did capture my interest. I was like, what on earth are these? They look really cool. So of course I decided to dig a little bit deeper into the project, stumbled my way onto the Gaia Elite Club website, which is where you can mint NFTs. And I did realise that, yes, not all of them were minted. You know, I've looked at other NFT projects in the past and it seems like they're all selling out within hours. Whereas this project, there still seems to be NFTs available. So is that a red flag? Is that a worry? Possibly. But it also gave me the opportunity to potentially buy one to mint one. So yeah, I kept digging deeper. Okay, so what is Gaia Everworld and why should we consider investing in them? Gaia Everworld is an immersive, multi-region fantasy world where players build their kingdoms, explore the lands, collect breed and battle their Gaia Legionnaires. Inspired by classic games such as Pokemon, Clash of Clans and Runescape, Gaia Everworld is part of the new generation of gaming being built upon the blockchain, which gives players full ownership of their assets and rewards them for playing with an innovative play-to-earn gaming model all within the metaverse. So straight off the bat, sounds pretty exciting to me. The fact that it's inspired from games such as Pokemon, I mean I used to play Pokemon as a kid, loved it, still kind of love it. But yeah, it just sounds good to me, it sounds like they're on the right track, but these are just words. What else does Gaia Everworld have to encourage me to potentially invest in? So the first thing I noticed with Gaia Everworld is their partnerships. Whenever you're doing a deep dive on any project, it's always important to look at who they're partnering with. Who wants to associate their name with the other project? And so Gaia Everworld has some serious partnerships. I think the mere fact that it's being built on the Polygon blockchain is a fantastic thing. This is a layer 2 Ethereum scaling solution, and a lot of people love Polygon. They've even got some land on the Gaia metaverse. It's a good partnership to have. There's also some other notable names on the partnerships list, including CDFI, which is where they launched the Gaia token. CDFI is a huge launch pad, lots and lots of members on there. Great name to be associated with. And they also launched with Engine Starter, another fantastic launchpad. But yeah, looking at the partnerships, there's certainly a lot of venture capital investing in the project. All looks good to me. The next thing I decided to look into was the Gaia community. Does this Gaia Elite Club already have a community of members? Are people talking about Gaia? It's so important when doing a deep dive into any kind of project, just to see if there's any kind of community to begin with. You don't want to be the first guy into a project. There's huge risks associated with that. So I did notice with Gaia that there wasn't millions of people talking about it. You know, it's not like Illuvium where they've got hundreds of thousands of members in the Discord groups, anything like that. But having joined the Gaia Elite Club Telegram group, following them on Twitter, also on Medium, these are great social platforms to see who's talking about Gaia. There are people who are really interested in this project, and we're talking, you know, several thousand as well. So it is mega early with this project, but looks promising. Don't forget, there's also thousands of these Gaia NFTs that have already been minted as well. So people are interested in this project and they're owning assets already within this project. All looks pretty promising so far. It's also really good to see on YouTube a couple of decent crypto influencers talking about the Gaia project, and that's Altcoin Daily and Crypto Wendio. For me, this is awesome. The fact that they're willing to associate their brand, their names with the Gaia project, it shows that there is huge potential here, and they see it too. Again, back to NFTs, I would have preferred to have seen the majority of them minted on the Gaia Elite Club website, just to show that people are willing to hold more than one, and that there was thousands of people already owning the NFTs. But it was not to be, and if anything, it's also an opportunity to potentially mint one for yourself. So the fact that there's a few left is not always a bad thing if you're trying to get in really early to a project such as Gaia. Of course, this was filmed in December of 21. You might be watching this in 2022 at some point. I'm really sorry if they've already been minted, but I'm sure there'll be some available on the OpenSea marketplace. Something else I also noticed as well with the Gaia Legionnaires, these NFT characters, is that people were starting to use them as their profile pictures on Telegram. Now for me, that is bullish. You know, if people are already starting to see these guys as profiles, as avatars, it shows loyalty. It shows that people want to be associated with the Gaia Elite Club. So great if you ask me, and we'll see where we go from here. Okay, so moving on. We've looked at partnerships and we've also looked at community. Another really important aspect, arguably the most important aspect, is tokenomics. You do not want to invest in a project that has really poor tokenomics. Big red flag, and whilst there is no project that's perfect, some are better than others. Now, having looked at the Gaia Elite Club project and found their tokenomics, their white paper, it was clear that they do have a limited supply of the Gaia token. Now this is a good thing. You do want limited supply, almost like Bitcoin. They have limited supply. How is something going to appreciate in price when it's constantly being printed? You only have to look at the devaluation of the dollar to know that printing money, printing anything is not a good thing. You want rarity, you want a limited supply. That is what ultimately is going to make something increase in value. Of course, we are mega early with the Gaia token, but at the time of recording, we are going through some market turbulence. We are going through some fear in the market right now. And so Gaia has dropped off its all-time high. It's not in price discovery mode, and it is dropping slightly. Could be a good time to buy, but that's certainly not financial advice. Back to the tokenomics, I started to look further into where these are being allocated, these limited supply of tokens. Now there are 500 million in total, and straight away I noticed that 25% of these are being held for staking rewards. Now I'm really bullish on staking. So the more tokens you hold and the more tokens that you stake, the more interest you will earn in return. It's also important to note that 25% of the tokens will be held for play to earn rewards. So straight away that tells me that the more you play the game, the more likely you are going to earn Gaia tokens. Now this can be good and bad. It's certainly good for people playing the game because they're going to earn rewards, Gaia tokens, through playing more and more. It's going to reward people for being loyal to the game. However, on the flip side, if you're just a token holder, you're not looking to play, of course the more tokens that are put into the marketplace, to the circulating supply, slightly reduces the price, you would think. But it isn't printing of Gaia, let's just make that clear. It's just purely they are being unlocked from the system, people are earning them and potentially going to cash in. The Gaia token's also going to be used for modifying land and breeding. Two other areas that I am super bullish on with this game. So will their land be available to buy? Yes, there will. In fact, if you go on their website, as of right now, there is currently a whitelist where you can apply to buy land. I think they're asking for around $1,000 investment. It's quite steep, but you will get several plots in exchange for investing that money with them. Alternatively, look out for the launch pads. In fact, at the time of recording, they've just done a launch with Super Launcher, where they sold 10,000 plots on the Super Launcher application. And it's safe to say that they sold out this 10,000 allocation within hours. It's often the case with these launch pads, assets just get snapped up straight away. But it's good news, it shows people want the land, and so we'll see where we go from here. Now in total, there are 237,734 plots of land available. Now, off the bat, that does seem like a lot of plots. As of right now, these plots won't be worth a lot of money in comparison to, say, Sandbox or Decentraland. But those projects already have a lot of users, a lot of use cases. You know, they've got a lot of celebrity endorsement on those as well. So to compare plots of land from Gaia to those, it's just too early to tell whether these will be valuable in the future. But there is argument to say that we're really early and it could be a good investment, who knows? Again, not financial advice. If you choose to buy any land through Gaia, just know that your capital is at risk. Now, something else to note with the land is that a good percentage of the plots are going to be classed as normal plots, and then a small percentage will be classed as rare. Now, if you decide to buy land through a launchpad, it's highly likely that you will be allocated a random plot of land. Whereas if you go through the whitelist, you might have more option to pick the plots that you want. I don't know that for sure, but there's a probability that those guys will get first dibs. And so will there be any rare plots left come to getting your allocation for a launchpad at random? Who knows? As for the rest of the tokenomics information, there does seem to be a decent spread allocated across different areas of the project. One thing you don't want to do is invest in a project that has the most tokens held for their own team. That is a big red flag, and so Gaia isn't in that position. I feel comfortable knowing that there's a lot of tokens available for staking and play to earn rewards. There is also going to be an in-game token known as Gaia Gold. Now this isn't available as of yet because you're going to earn it through playing the game. But much like Axie Infinity with their Smooth Love Potion, you're going to be able to use Gaia Gold for battling. You know, you'll be able to win this stuff through battling, and you're also going to use it for breeding of the Gaias. Now we've not mentioned breeding yet, but this is something that I am extremely bullish on. You only have to look at the Axie Infinity marketplace. This was the game that was the first mover in this crypto play to earn space. These Axies have become extremely valuable. So if you're able to breed Gaias and they become extremely valuable, to me that is a huge win if you hold the Gaia Legionnaires. Now, one thing to note about this Gaia Gold currency is that it will be burnt whenever used for breeding. Now this is a good thing. You do not want to have a token with an infinite supply such as Gaia Gold where it's not burnt and just more and more of it is put into the marketplace. It just massively devalues the currency, and people coming into the game late are going to earn very little for their efforts, which could crush the game. In fact, back to Axie Infinity and their Smooth Love Potion, if you only have to look at the chart of this currency, the price devaluing, the currency devaluing over time. This is just again through more people playing the game and less of the Smooth Love Potion being burnt. So whilst Gaia Gold will be something you can earn through playing the game, it's probably not something you want to hold on to long term as more people play the game. So when it comes to these kind of games, you ultimately want to hold the main governance token. For example, with Axie, it's the AXS token rather than the in-game tokens such as the SLP. Now, I did mention the NFTs before, the Legionnaires, these alien characters. This was what first alerted me to the project through OpenSea. Currently, several thousand have been minted through the website, and in total, there's going to be 10,000 of these characters available. The important thing to note here is that these Gaias are all going to have utility. You're going to be able to use them on the game itself, and you're also going to be able to position your NFTs within the Minter Museum, which is like a virtual NFT museum. You're also going to be able to breed these Gaias, so I suspect that a lot of people are going to hold more than one for that. And the fact that Gaia are partnering up with other metaverses, there's a high chance that you're going to be able to use your Gaia Legionnaire across other metaverses. Whether it's going to be your avatar that's walking around these places, who knows? But it's always worth to note that the more partnerships these gaming tokens have, the better. So far, I'm pretty bullish on this project. It is incredibly new. There are some major risks with this, but the fact that they haven't seemed to put a lot of money behind their marketing, and yet they've already got this growing community across their socials, people are holding the NFTs, the land is getting bought up. It's all good so far. And so from here, where do I buy the Gaia token, and will I be buying any of their land? So first off the bat, full disclosure, I have purchased some Gaia tokens. Now I've done this through the Pancake exchange on Binance, but you can also get the Gaia token through QuickSwap. So of course, if you do decide to get Gaia tokens, be aware that you're going to need some BNB for the Binance Smart Chain for the fees, the gas fees, and you will need Matic for the Polygon MetaMask wallet. As for the land, I did consider joining the Super Launcher, the Launchpad, but you do need a lot of initial investment on there to get on their tier systems. So I decided to take the plunge and just go for the Gaia Elite Club whitelist. So I should get some plots of land from there, but ultimately I know that my capital is at risk. As for the NFTs, I decided to mint a couple of the Gaia Legionnaires through the Gaia Elite Club. And yeah, I can now say that I'm a proud owner of 2 Gaias. Your guess is as good as mine as to whether this project will succeed. But ultimately, I want to have a say on their land. I want to hold some tokens for staking, and I potentially want to use these Gaias for breeding. Might even have a go with the battle situation, see if we can earn some Gaia tokens for battling. And yeah, we'll just see where we go with this. It's important to note that what I've invested into the Gaia Everworld is not a massive part of my portfolio. And that's what I would recommend to anybody looking to get into a super risky project such as this, is to not use a big part of your investment portfolio. At the same time, Gaia Everworld, do not let me down. I'm backing you guys 100%. Let's see where we go. Of course, if you're watching this video and you found it useful, do let me know in the comments below what you think of the Gaia Elite Club. Are you a proud holder of any Gaias like me? Have you decided to invest in their land? Let me know in the comments below. It would be great to hear your feedback. Overall, the project does look awesome. It's not perfect, but ultimately, I really want to try and get into a game really early. The Gaia Elite Club gave me that opportunity, and I'm super excited to see where this project goes. So thanks for watching today's video. Hopefully we'll be out on a walk on the next video. Of course, it was a bit wet and windy today, but yeah, we will see you on the next one.